Hey y'all, welcome to the Houndstead. My name is Bailey and I'm going to show y'all how to oven dry your herbs today. So our Tennessee weather is so bipolar and it's going back and forth between like the 70s and the 30s. But 2 days from now, our weather will drop to 28 degrees and I will lose whatever remaining herbs and vegetables I have. So I used to hang dry them, and that would take like 2 to 3 weeks. That's what I did earlier this season, which is fine. I enjoyed that, but I wanted to try something new and oven dry them. So I'm going to talk y'all through that because clearly I'm trying to record on this old camera and it didn't work. So first thing you do is set your oven to the lowest temp it can go. Goal is 170. I've heard most ovens only get to 175. So luckily mine gets that low because we're trying to dehydrate it basically without dropping a brick on a machine. Anyway, these are my herbs I'm going to be using. Not a lot, but it's better than nothing. So those first ones were parsley, second were eucalyptus, my oregano, and then rosemary and green onions. I'm not going to be, see if I can hear my dog shaking in the background. I'm not going to be drying my eucalyptus. I ended up just hanging those in my shower like I normally do. So once your oven's preheating, you go ahead and put your herbs in a little spin thing or just wash them regularly and just get any extra dirt or bugs off of them and then place them on a paper towel and pat them dry. And once they're mostly dry, just put them on a piece of parchment paper that's on a pan and just spread them out kind of evenly so that they just have airflow that can get in between them so they can dry more evenly. So for each herb, you put them in for 20-minute intervals. So oven's at 170. Every 20 minutes you check it and see if you're able to crush them up and they turn into powder. That's when you know they're done. So I'm just showing you again, just rinsing all my other herbs, and you want to do them each one at a time or they're all going to start tasting and smelling like each other. So rinse them all one at a time and cook them all one at a time. You don't want to cook them all together or your oregano will taste like green onions or something. We don't want that. So this is after the first 20 minutes. They were starting to turn brown, but they weren't ready at all. So they went for another 20 minutes. So I'm just showing y'all all my other herbs I've got laid out. Before I had to do the voiceover, what I was saying is that for parsley, you don't really need to take off the stems. They kind of have the same flavor throughout the whole plant, so it's not like it gets nasty in the stem. So I kept most of those on, but like for the rosemary, I had to, the rosemary, the oregano, you've got to keep it on because it doesn't make sense to pull them apart beforehand. So yeah, just you can cut a little bit of the stems off. That's what I was saying for the parsley. And now I'm showing y'all that I was trying to hang dry these, and I mean they were going on about 4 weeks and they were still not crinkly, so I just ended up throwing those away. But this is after the 20-minute round, or the second one, and they still weren't ready. But things being a minute. So we wait for another 20 minutes. So this was after about 60 minutes, as I think it took total for the rosemary to dry. And you can tell they're done because I would pick them up and crunch them in my hands and they would turn straight. If you crumble them enough, they turn straight to powder. So they were just all the leaves were able to fall off really easily. I'm looking at my phone right now, and it took 70 minutes. So we did 3 20-minute intervals and then went straight into a little 10-minute one, and they were perfect. So I just run my fingers down the stem, and that's how you get all the leaves off for the rosemary and for the oregano too. So after the rosemary finished, I went ahead and put the parsley in, and the parsley took 60 minutes. And same as the parsley, the oregano only took 60 minutes. And make sure you're washing your hands between literally every step so that you don't cross all of their flavors. So out of all the herbs, the green onions gave me the most problems. This was probably after about 40 minutes of drying in the oven, and only the ends were getting crispy. So I only cut them in half, but I guess that makes more sense because they were so much bigger and they're more moist than all the other ones, or have a higher oil content, I guess would be the more proper term. But I found out that if you cut them up into like half-inch pieces, they dry so much quicker. So this whole process the night before, it took me 2.5 hours, and they were still very flimsy in the middle, not dry at all except for the very ends. When I cut them up really tiny and started cooking them the next day, it took 55 minutes. So yes, granted that was after, baking them for a while or the night before, but this still, it would probably take 60 to 70 minutes what all my other herbs were taking if I just would have cut them up real small from the beginning. this was the final result. Ain't much, but it's honest work. Oh. Anyway, so got all my herbs, and I saved them before the first frost of the year hits. Hope y'all enjoyed. I know it sucked. I'll get better. Thanks, bye.